Welcome to the Growing Chatham podcast. This is Tiffany Hancock for North Carolina Cooperative Extension, Chatham County Center. You're listening to the March 2022 podcast. To access the articles, the links, and the videos that are mentioned in today's podcast, just visit go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. Do you own farmland here in Chatham County? If so, applications are now being accepted for the Chatham Voluntary Agricultural District. To find out more, you may contact Chatham Soil and Water Conservation District Office at 919-542-8228 or North Carolina Cooperative Extension Chatham County Center at 919-542-8202 with any questions that you may have. You may also access the application in the Growing Chatham newsletter by visiting go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. Our 4-H team would like to share some updates and some news about upcoming programs. Here's an update from the 4-H Leatherworks Club. The Chatham County 4-H Leatherworks Club held its first meeting on January the 11th, a cooperative effort between Chatham County 4-H and the Chatham Artists Guild. The club will teach participating youth ages 11 to 18 the basics of leatherwork and tooling. The club is led by Rick Harbour of the Guild and Rob Bergmuller, another Chatham leatherworker and 4-H volunteer leader. The 9 youth at the inaugural meeting learned the basics of basket weave stamping. Currently, 13 youth are enrolled in the club. Any Chatham County youth interested in participating should contact Liz Money, 4-H Program Assistant, for more information. You can find her contact information in the Growing Chatham newsletter. STEM-sational Ag. Get growing with the virtual farm. North Carolina State University has partnered with Middle Tennessee State University Center for Health and Human Services to develop and share STEM-sational Ag, the virtual farm. Where does our food and clothing come from? There's a lot more to agriculture, the system that provides us with the crops we eat and fibers we use to make clothing, than most people are aware of. Youth will learn about this amazing modern industry with roots that stretch back to the beginning of civilization through the modules and units that cover a wide range of topics. Everyone is sure to learn something new. All modules and units are absolutely free. They were created by experts and open the door for you to learn about food preservation, backyard produce cultivation, farm animals, and the importance of bees, just to name a few topics. Your very own home kitchen and yard will be your personal learning laboratories. To get started, just click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter. Summer's just around the corner. Camp season will be here before you know it. This month, we would like to share with you information from North Carolina State University about their Livestock Science Camp coming up June 12th through the 17th. Registrations are now open. Participants will be able to visit the beef and dairy cattle, swine, sheep, goat, and horse educational units, run laboratory experiments, attend farm and industry tours and hear from the industry guests, explore the science, technology, biotechnology of livestock industries, and the interaction of animal production and food safety. They'll also be able to participate in leadership activities. For more information, just visit the Growing Chatham newsletter, where you can find information about how to register and who to contact if you should have any questions. So just visit go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. Listen up, home gardeners. Matt Jones has some exciting news just for you. The second edition of the North Carolina Extension Gardener Handbook is now available. This is a national award-winning handbook developed especially for Master Gardener volunteers and home gardeners just like you. This book is full of research-based information on gardening and landscaping. It's a wonderful tool for experienced gardeners, beginners, and even in between. To find out how you can order, just visit the Growing Chatham newsletter and click on the link. Have you heard about the Wildlife Friendly Landscapes portal? It's new from North Carolina State Master Gardeners. Visit this new portal for information on wildlife-friendly landscapes. You'll find information on why landscape for wildlife, how to make a landscape for wildlife, how to find native plants, and how to avoid invasive plants. So click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter to visit the portal. Coming up Saturday, March 19th from 9 a.m. until noon, it's Designing the Gardens at Biltmore. Doors open at 8:15 for refreshments and socializing at the Transylvania County Library Row-Go Room, 212 South Gaston Street, Brevard. Tickets are $18 each with online registration. They're $20 each at the door. Click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter for more details and to reserve your spot today. Seating is limited. Just visit go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. Chatham County Sustainable Agriculture Agent Debbie Roos is seeking feedback from folks on their experience with webinars. Any webinar, not necessarily Chatham County webinars. Whether you are a webinar veteran or never attended one, love them, hate them, Debbie wants to hear from you. So click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter that will redirect you to the Growing Small Farms website for more information and a link to the anonymous online survey. You can help North Carolina State University researchers study carpenter bees. North Carolina State University researchers have created an online survey to gather information about people's experiences with carpenter bees and current management practices for this species. The survey is open to any adult living on private property in the United States. Even if you have never had carpenter bees on your property, your response is still valuable. If you decide to participate in this study, you will complete a 10 to 15-minute survey about the presence of eastern carpenter bees on the property where you live, any management techniques you already use, and which management methods you would prefer given multiple variables. Your participation in this survey will allow researchers and managers to develop safer, more cost-effective carpenter bee management options in the future. So click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter for more details. The Appalachian Beginning Forest Farmers Coalition is offering a series of free early evening webinars on a variety of forest farming enterprises. These webinars will be offered at the intermediate grower level, although all interested parties are welcome to attend. North Carolina Extension is a partner on this project. The series started in February, runs through April. Recordings of past webinars can be viewed on their website. Topics include tree saps and syrups, forest farming ramps, forest farming fungi, forest farming ginseng, and forest farming golden seal and other non-timber forest products. Click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter to access the Forest Farming Webinar Series. Just visit go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. Livestock Equine Field Crops Forages Agent Christina Britt shares with us information about the upcoming Horse Health Clinic. The Chatham County Horse Health Clinic will be held Saturday, March 12, 2022 from 8 a.m. until 12 p.m. at the Chatham County Agricultural and Conference Center. The services provided that day will be rabies, 5-way, West Nile, and Coggins test. Cash and checks will be accepted on site. Please make checks to Chatham County Mobile Vet Services. Appointments are required, so please call 919-542-8242 to schedule your appointment. Again, 919-542-8242. Are you interested in learning all about livestock and competing at regional and state levels? Join our youth livestock team for kids ages 8 to 18. Limited team spots are available. We're also looking for adult volunteers. This team will attend many practices to learn about livestock judging, breeds, and more to compete in livestock judging and skillathon contest. Join us for our interest meeting April 5th at 6 p.m. at the Chatham County Agricultural Conference Center. If you should have questions, just email Christina Britt. You can find the link to her contact information in the Growing Chatham newsletter. Just visit go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. Area Specialized Extension Dairy Agent Ashley Robbins would like to announce the National Dairy Farm Program that's coming up. This is a 3-part training series for dairy farm workers. This 3-part training series will be held in Haywood County, Guilford County, and Iredell County. Just visit go.ncsu.edu/growingchatham322, where you can access the link for more information and to register. County Extension Director, Extension Agent 4-H, Youth Development and Forestry, Dr. Ginger Cunningham, would like to share details about an upcoming webinar and a couple of publications. The webinar is Estate Planning, Get Informed, Talk with Family, Take Action, Thursday, March 3rd from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Land passed down without a will becomes heirs' property, with multiple owners with different interests. This webinar will provide strategies and approaches to assist families to overcome the challenges of estate planning and heirs' property. You click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter to register. What is climate smart forestry? A brief overview. Climate smart forestry is a recent buzzword among forestry communities in the United States, specifically in the policy front. It is a targeted and long-term strategy to augment climate benefits from forest and the forest sector in a manner that complements other forest-based goods and services. Ultimately, CSF enables forest and society to transform, adapt to, and mitigate climate-induced changes. While the concept is relatively newer, landowners and managers have already been adopting and applying several CSF strategies to active forest resource management in the United States. Click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter to read more. Despite the pandemic, timber harvest in 2020 did not slow down in North Carolina. To find out more, just click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter. Just visit go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. Here's what's coming up in our community. Let's talk about the American Rescue Plan Act and how it affects Chatham County. Chatham County is set to receive close to $14.5 million in American Rescue Plan funds to help us overcome the difficulties of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are looking to gather ideas from the community on how to best use these one-time funds. Chatham County will host 2 community conversations specifically for the ag community. The next upcoming meeting is March 15th, 2022 at Silk Hope Ruatan Club. Citizens are encouraged to come out so that the county representatives can hear as much as possible about the needs of our farmers and agricultural community. Food will be provided by the Spinning Plate food truck at 5 p.m. The meeting will start at 6 p.m. Children are welcome as there will be activities for them. Masks are required. For more information, just visit the Growing Chatham newsletter by visiting go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. Here's what's cooking up in the kitchen with Tara Gregory, Extension Agent, Family and Consumer Sciences. From North Carolina State University's Homegrown Channel, Nutrition Half-Truths.
Welcome to Homegrown in the Kitchen. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about nutrition half-truths that you may have seen floating around on social media and other internet platforms. The first nutrition half-truth that you may have seen floating around is to avoid high fructose corn syrup. Now, this is a half-truth because we should avoid high fructose corn syrup as well as all the other added sugars. High fructose corn syrup is just another form of added sugar. Added sugar is added sugar. Natural sugar, on the other hand, comes from foods like fruits, some vegetables, and cow's milk dairy. And that type of sugar is fine. But when it comes to added sugar, we want to limit our intake to 24 to 36 grams of added sugar per day. The second nutrition half-truth that you may have heard is that you should avoid gluten to eat healthy. This isn't necessarily true for all people. Gluten is a natural part of food that exists primarily in foods like wheat, barley, and rye. Those who have celiac disease or gluten intolerance should avoid gluten, but for the rest of us, not necessarily. Just because gluten-free is listed on the label doesn't necessarily mean that it's a healthy choice. On the other hand, there are foods that contain gluten that are healthy choices, such as 100% whole grain bread or 100% whole wheat pasta and other whole grain foods. The final nutrition half-truth that you may have come across is regarding detoxing. At certain times of the year, you may find yourself interested in different detox recipes, whether it's soups, drinks, smoothies, what have you. The truth is, if you replace soft drinks with water and you replace refined carbohydrate foods with fruits and vegetables, you will see better health outcomes. Any fruits, vegetables, or water naturally promote your body's own detox system. So we encourage you to eat more fruits and vegetables regardless of the variety because there are no magic foods. And luckily here in North Carolina, we have these available year-round. You may have additional questions. Be sure to talk with your healthcare provider, and you can also reach out to North Carolina Cooperative Extension in your county to find programs that interest you.
We would like to say congratulations to Tara and her family as they welcome their new baby girl. Tara recently announced that she would be on maternity leave until the late spring, early summer time frame. If you should have a food safety question while Tara is on leave, please contact Orange County's Family and Consumer Sciences agent, Avalise Colon. Her contact information can be found in the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter. Just visit go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. County Extension Administrative Assistant Brandy King wants to help you save money. This article was published by Porch.com. Are you busy with work and feeling overwhelmed? Or do you constantly feel stressed out? Does it feel like your landlord has you down on your knees? If so, there's no need to fret. The folks from Porch.com have compiled some excellent tips about dealing with all of these things and more just by incorporating some helpful self-care practices in your everyday life. One way to reduce stress and increase your savings is by trying a no-spend month, reducing your spending significantly for 30 days. We guarantee if you follow these tips, you'll not only find yourself happier and more relaxed, but you'll also save money in the process. Click on the Ultimate Guide for a No-Spend Month link in the Growing Chatham newsletter by visiting go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. It's time to take another stroll down memory lane. Let's dig into the archives to see what we have this month. Is that my mother? If you could open up a time capsule to possibly get a glimpse of your mother, your father, or even grandparents to see them as a child on video, would you? That happened to my husband not too long ago, and the emotions that he felt were excitement because he had just found a video clip of the first woman he ever loved, his mother, Elizabeth Hancock. Photographer and filmmaker H. Lee Waters created this documentary, Movies of Local People, when Elizabeth was about 10 years old. She passed away in January 2008. As soon as my husband saw the quick video clip of the little girl, he knew immediately that this was his mother. Herbert Lee Waters was an American photographer from Lexington, North Carolina. He created a treasure for future generations. I'd like to share this treasure with you because you may be surprised, like my husband was. From 1936 to 1942, Waters created over 200 short films known as Movies of Local People, depicting life in over 100 small towns in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Virginia. These were all shown at local theaters to boost the box office, and Waters received a percentage of the ticket sales. His surviving films have been preserved by Duke University Library's digital collections. But the travel involved was hard for his family, so he turned to other endeavors. H. Lee Waters visited the Siler City area and created a two-reel documentary, Living Their Everyday Life, in 1937. Many of the adults in this documentary were probably full-time farmers at one time or another, but by the 1920s and 1930s, many adults started working at various factories. It was not uncommon to find the factory workers clocking out at the end of the workday and heading straight to the next job, farming. This documentary is silent, but like me, you may watch in awe and not even notice there is no sound. So grab a comfortable seat because it's time to visit Siler City, North Carolina in 1937. To view the video, just visit the Growing Chatham newsletter. Did you know that there was a H. Lee Waters Museum in Lexington, North Carolina? Don't miss it. Click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter where you will be redirected to the museum's website. Just visit go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. Now here's some news from our community partners. The Chatham County Public Health Department and Chatham County Public Libraries distributed more than 100,000 N95 respirators to the Chatham County communities. Chatham County has received another shipment of 100,000 masks to continue to distribute. Additionally, Moncure Fire Department has been added as a distribution site, expanding the availability of these free resources to another section of the county. The Chatham County Public Health Department will continue to distribute the N95s to churches and other community partners as well. For more details, click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter. Tax return info and help. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has created a guide with useful information for the 2021 tax year filing. It includes information on the economic impact stimulus payments, the child tax credit, and more. You can find the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter to the IRS Form 8888. This form can be used to direct your federal tax refund across multiple accounts, up to 3 savings, mutual fund accounts, up to 3 savings bonds, purchases, or receive a portion in a paper check if you desire. For more details, just click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter. Extension is everywhere, so click on the link in the Growing Chatham newsletter to find us online. Just visit go.ncsu.edu/Growing Chatham 322. Thanks for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. I hope you have a great March. I'll be back in April. This is Tiffany Hancock for North Carolina Cooperative Extension, Chatham County Center.